Hello and welcome back to the Nothing here on YouTube. And got another record haul to do, so let's get on to it. First up, the old record box is still here like always. And there's your price tags from the last episode. So I'm gonna this up now. The bag didn't go with it again. Great. Just got the wrong way. There. So first up we have In a Sentimental Mood on Decca there by Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra. Whole bunch of text. You can read that. This is essentially a compilation. I think here it says somewhere. Yeah, some of these tracks were on different albums originally. Yeah, they call it selections. Outside. Sorry, this is a motor shape and the one's coming up later. This is just in a plain sleeve. I'll show the old school Decca labels. This is 1955, I think, this compilation. Then we move into... This was like 1965, I think. With Nat King Cole and Love is a Many Splendored Thing. This is also a compilation. There was some text there. I'll go back and show you that in a second. Looks like 1965, I guess. On Pickwick, which is a reissue label. This says that's a reissue. And here's your tracks. This is in a stereo, but this is technically a double mono stereo, technically. 1965, I believe. And then we move into 1967 with the motion picture soundtrack of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. On United Artists. Mine is not in very good shape here, though. You can see the water damage, and it's actually ripped places. If any of you know, this is the classic spaghetti western soundtrack. So I'm just going to go ahead and I won't talk about it too much. There's the inner sleeve. I actually like this paper label, to be honest. Paper sleeve. And this one actually has an error on it. The Good, the Ugly, and the Bad. This is apparently was a common error for some reason on this. It's like, how do you scribble the good, the bad, and the ugly? But there's the main thing, which most people know. It's the same thing on the other side. They also screwed it up. It's like, how do you screw this up? But anyway, that was 1967. Now we move into 1970 with B.J. Thomas, R.I.P., who passed away not too long ago, with Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. He was a singer-songwriter at the time, 60s and early 70s, and he was actually he was in the country scene for a while there in the later 70s and 80s. And actually, he has the record for the longest song with this longest song title to ever hit Grammy charts. Somebody sing some song. I forget the whole title. I can look it up for you here in a minute. So this is a weird one. This kind of reminds me of my one Carpenters. I think it's the tan envelope one. Tan envelope version. Or album where it slides out, has that weird pocket thing. White sleeves, so I'm just going to go ahead and get to the record. He was on a record label called Scepter at that time. I actually kind of like the label. The label here. I'm not gonna lie. He actually did, I think it's this album's on this side. He did a cover of Suspicious Minds, there it is, which is more known for Elvis, but originally the first person to release it was on Scepter. And then we move continuing on in 1970 with James Taylor with Sweet Baby James. This is one of the originals. This proves it because the later ones would mention that it has Fire and Rain. Yeah, this is an old copy, that's for sure. Let's see. Which you can actually see Fire and Rain right there under Oh Susanna. Yeah, and this is actually within the same time period of Tapestry. So that's why you see Carole King there. Yeah. There's your credits. Side. Not bad at all. It's definitely a little worn around the edges, but kind of need to expect that. And we'll start with the lyric sheet here. Kind of poster style. I think this is the B. This is the B side first. I did them out of order. Oh, I guess it's A and the B side, and then on the back side of that is like the front cover, essentially, just a zoomed in shot. And now we get to the paper sleeve, which is promoting all the other artists on Warner Brothers Records at that time. Now, unlike the most Warner Brothers ones that you see with the palm trees, like my rumors that you saw a while back, this was what they used to use. This is another example that tells you that it's early, with that label up, that WB there. This is a stereo copy. And then we jump a whole 7 years from that to Little Heart by Little Queen by Heart. This helps further complete the collection because now I have this album, which famously has Barracuda on it and Little Queen. And as you can see, someone named Peggy owned this in the past. And I thank you, Peggy, for turning this in the record store, or her family for turning it in. And then we'll look at the lyric sheet here. Yeah, it's ripped. I probably should tape this up at some point so it doesn't fall out of shape forever. It definitely isn't. This definitely isn't. This is definitely not Dreamboat Annie, but it's okay. They had switched to portrait by this point, hence why the portrait here. And then also in the same year, we have this compilation, also on a Pickwick label, the Bee Gees' Peace of Mind. Original recordings, Bee Gees, circa 1964, Australian sessions. Not in good shape, but I'll take it. Yeah, Pickwick, as you can see here. If you don't know, the Bee Gees were originally started in Australia, and this was released around the time that Saturday Night Fever was going on. Was very big. Yeah, I actually might mention it here. Yeah. Yeah, you can see that they moved. And essentially, none of these tracks were essentially released outside of Australia at the time, minus Spicks and Specks, which was on the Best of the Bee Gees, which you saw a while back. And here's the label. These are some very early tracks. So it's not disco Bee Gees, it's not the 80s and 90s. So you kind of have to know what they sounded like then. And then we move into 1984 with Elton John with Ice on Fire. This is, as you can see, this was also owned by Peggy. I didn't realize that until now. And this is an RCA Music Service copy. As you can, again, I'll quickly mention the Discogs barcode thing. If you have the mobile app, you can scan that and it'll help you find the version. Here's the site. It's all ripped up. I don't know how that happened. Especially when the plastic wrap is still on it. And the lyrics are on the sides respectively. I like to say that I like this because it tells you which side to put your music back in, your disc back in, so you know which one's the front and which one's the back. The hit, of course, was Nikita. Oh, Nikita, if you'll ever know. And then we have it. He was on Geffen at this point, and just to quickly mention, there's the MCA Music Service again. And then we move to 1985 with Heart, with their album Heart. This is essentially the rebrand period of them, where they went to the big hits with These Dreams. Actually, we'll see it on here. What About Love, I think. Never, yeah. They're on here. Again, barcode. Scan that. And actually, including this, I now own the cassette and vinyl version. And of course, you got your labels. Or, sorry, your lyrics. With photos. And the credits. Yeah, this is the side 2. I think it says side 1 on there, yeah. Capital label. I don't know if this is actually the first. No, this is kind of similar to the Knack Get the Knack album label. And then the last one we got here from 1986 is Elton John's Leather Jackets. Once I make sure nothing else is stuck to it. Leather Jackets. Now, this is a bit of an oddity here. This is technically sealed. Again, barcode can scan that, but you can see it's damaged all over the place. Again, the side's damaged. But it was never opened. And it's like, do I keep it sealed? Do I not? But, yeah, there's this label on here, Give the Gift of Music. And there is a registered trademark, so you could look that up and see what that was supposed to be. It says this is sealed, and I'm kind of not choosing to open it right now. I'm going to have to show you what the inside looks like. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up my Discogs here, and I'll show you the picture someone took of this exact copy. This would be the side 2 label, if we could see the inside. And that would be the side 1 label. And then that'd be your lyrics. Is that your lyrics, or is that just record information? I think that's just information, yeah. This is the album that Elton John considers his worst, Leather Jackets. But Bernie Taupin believes that I forget which one it is. It's the one after the one. Whichever one it was the worst. And with that, that's everything I have to show. I'm at, let's see. My current number of our vinyl technically stands at 189 as of today. I'm almost at the 200 mark. Almost. And with that, I thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll come back again. And hopefully I'll make a much better video than this.